Peace. What's going on, family? I hope everybody's having a great week. I hope everybody's prosperous. I hope everybody's healthy. I'm just making another video, talk about whatever's on my mind, you know. And one thing that's really on my mind right now is this the whole concept of not fitting into any social category. What I mean by that is it's kind of like me personally. I really don't fit into any social category. And when I get into this topic, I offend a lot of people, and it's kind of hard to talk about it in a way that people can really understand it. So when I talk about this topic, when I write about it in my blogs, a lot of people they look at it like, what the heck is he talking about? It's like he's talking another language, or whatever. So the best way I can articulate it, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like you say, like, take for me for instance. I'm a black guy. I live in the South, but I really don't fit in. It's kind of like when I'm around like my own people in my community, I get this reaction. It's like, why are you into white people stuff? Why do you like Star Trek? Why do you like comic books? Why do you like watching those kind of movies? You know, it's weird because I was talking to this brother like I think it was like a couple of months ago, and I said something about director Quentin Tarantino, and he looked at me like I was from another planet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you into that kind of stuff? I was like, yeah. I like cinema. I like movies. So it's kind of like they expected me to say something like Tyler Perry or something. But it's kind of like when I mention stuff that I'm into, when I mention stuff about like Marvel movies or science fiction like Star Trek, Star Wars, they look at my own people in my own community look at me like I'm from another planet, you know, and when it comes around the hood people, I get the reaction that when I'm around a certain group of black people, cause a lot of times in my videos, my writings, I use my own slang that I make up that nobody knows what I'm talking about. There you have the hood black folks, then you have the bougie black people. The bougie black people are the black people, that went to college. They probably went to a black college. They pledged fraternity, sorority, whatever. They're probably Masons, you know. They're probably Eastern Stars, they're into education, the corporate world. And every time you see them on the street, they wearing penny loafers or button up shirts or whatever. What I'm saying? They listen to John Legend, they like Charlie Wilson, they like Tyler Perry movies and stuff like that. Those are the bougie black people. When I say bougie, even when I'm around them, I'm kind of like an outsider. It's weird because when I'm around the hood black folks, they think too stiff, and they'll say to me like, how come you don't act like the bougie black people? And when I'm around the bougie black people, they think I'm a hood black person until they find out that I like to read or stuff like that. And they look at me like more alien, like, what the heck is wrong with you? How come you're not like stiff and bougie like we are? You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird conundrum, for like a better word. What I'm saying? It's kind of like I don't fit into any social category, and that's mainly what the black community, especially in the South, is like that. For some odd reason, and I always say this: in the black community, there's no in between. You're either like very hood, ghetto, ratchet, or you're very bougie. It's kind of like an either or. It's very hard to find like a black person who's like rounded and well rounded, who doesn't fit in any social category, doesn't fit in any both of those categories. And the black people who don't fit in those categories, a lot of times they really have no choice but to go out the community. But let me tell you something. There was a time, I would say, maybe you say starting like in the 90s, you probably say early 90s when it started growing, was the the whole Afrocentric, neo soul, uh, open mic poetry crowd. You know what I'm saying? Cause like the whole Erica Badu and Jill Scott atmosphere. Around that time in the early '90s, he had like the growth of the pro-black conscious community, and at the same time, he had the neo soul that came out around the same time. And I really liked that movement when it first came out because it gave a good alternative to black people who really didn't fit any of both of those categories. You know what I'm saying? So it's at the time it was like a safe haven. I was part of, it was kind of like safe haven. I was a part of that community for like a while. You know what I'm saying? Because it was good. It's like finally black people who were not hood or ghetto, but they're not as stiff and uppity as the Bougies. So thank God, you know what I'm saying? Because, you go open mic poetry night, jazz clubs, the neo soul scene, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got hip hop groups like the Roots, Diggable Planets. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like thank God, but unfortunately, that scene got corrupt. But that's a whole other story. But when it comes down to like not being in any social category, and when it comes down to like black people branching out outside the black community, into the white community, I'm not against that. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like I don't really. I mean, I know some white people. I don't really. I don't have like a lot of white friends like that. I have like white associates. You know what I'm saying? I maybe have like one to two white friends. And they cool, and what I'm saying. And but I've never really been entrenched in the white community like that. I go to events where there's like a lot of white people, but like I said, I've never dated a white woman. I'm not against interracial couples. I just don't know white people like that, you know, and I really don't know what to do if I was in an interracial dating relationship. I really also don't know what to. I won't say I don't know what to do. It's kind of like if I was theoretically, if I dated a white chick, I would not change who I who I am at all. You know what I'm saying? And she'll have to go to the same spots I'll go to. What I'm saying? If I drive through the hood, talk to my friends and family, she gotta come along. If I go to a rap concert, she gotta come along. And the mistake that a lot of brothers who date white girls do is it's kind of like what I've seen is kind of like they change up. It's kind of like they do everything to cater to the white girl. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna do that. So I'm still gonna say the N word. You know what I'm saying? Just like black people in the hood do. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna talk shit about racist white people in front of her and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna change up. So, but but let me talk about something else before I get way deep into the weeds. But back to the main topic. Back to the main topic. Uh, people who don't fit in social categories have a dilemma, and I would say, like, if you're in the kind of situation, I would say, find your tribe, don't change, and be the best example that you can show people, But that's pretty much my thoughts on that. But sometimes it does get frustrating. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it does get frustrating. But I would say, like, just I made a video, a couple years ago called "Stay Focused." If you're a loner, stay focused. And when I made that video, I was pretty much saying like, you may not have friends, maybe you may be the black sheep, but in the meantime, still go to work, still pay your bills, finish college, you know, go to the gym, exercise, eat healthy, and while you're doing that, in the meantime, still take the initiative to go out. Go out, meet new people. It may be kind of hard because you don't fit in any social category, but keep focused. Don't get depressed, and That's pretty much what I said in that video. But if you have any comments and questions, put in the comments below. I would like to hear your thoughts on this topic. But that's all I got to say for that. You guys take it easy and peace out.